Welcome to the Void, everyone. My name is Liliana, and today we are going to be beginning the last game currently in the Dishonored franchise, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider. And I don't actually have, like, an outfit like hers, but, I figured I'd do my best with, my, best-looking red jacket-ish thing. Because, what's playing a game if you're not going to also play a little bit of dress-up? Now, I'm not going to be doing Original Game Plus because whilst honestly I do like Emily's powers more than I like Billy's powers. I want to play with the powers that I guess it feels like it was intended to be played with. That and also just the way that Billy's powers work are interesting and new, and I want to show that instead of just more of the same from last game. So I do have, obviously the capability of doing that, but I'm not going to take that chance. Oh wait, actually, hold that thought, just because I wanna check something. Okay, so no, you don't get a choice. I was hoping that maybe you'd get a choice in which powers you use, or which powers you get. But it looks like no.
My name is Billy Lurk.
Yes, I know. Hold on, hold that thought.
Every night for weeks.
I adore you. Just hold un momento. That's honestly not better. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe it would, give you a choice, be like, hey, do you want to play with, original powers or old powers? Because if it was going to be like Dishonored 2, then I would have done that, and then gone about, just because I would have been able to save my bone charm effects that I found, and just because that would be convenient. But I can't, so new game. Yes. Also, yeah, so in the last game, she had her eye patch and, like, only one arm. But, she gets some cool shit this game. I think it's called the Shard of the Eye, and the black... It's like Black Shard Arm, or something like that. And, it's very cool. I'm still gonna go in just easy mode, just because you all have seen me play Dishonored before, and I don't know, I'm not the prove yourself type.
My name is Billy Lurk, though there aren't many people who remember.
I remember.
For years, I stayed hidden. Captain of a ship called the Dreadful Whale.
Yeah, really cool.
I was a smuggler, fence, and maybe traitor, depending on who you ask. Our names are always overshadowed by the words whispered after them.
That's
if you
true.
hide from the world long enough, eventually nobody remembers you.
Also true.
Then you're alone, living with your choices. But I could never forget the man who pulled me up from nothing.
Yeah.
Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall.
He's
a
a
name called out by the desperate.
interesting prick.
The assassin who ended one empress and saved another.
Yeah, but no one really knows about that one.
Burns inside you for a long time. When I betrayed Dowd, he let me live.
Yeah.
I left Dunwall and my own name behind. For years, I wondered if I was worth forgiving. For years, I laughed at myself for even wanting a killer's forgiveness. Sometimes mercy cuts deeper than any knife. Now I know that forgiving is something you do for yourself as much as for the people who hurt you. I know Dowd is in Karnatha, and I'm going to find him.
Yeah. Okay,
Every
so let's see.
night for weeks, the same terrifying dream. A street fight. My arm dead and lying in the gutter. My eye gouged out by a Grand Guard sword. But when I wake up, they still hurt for hours. Gives me the creeps. This always brought me a little comfort.
Oh yeah.
You stole this for me, didn't you, Deirdre?
Okay.
That's all I have left of you. Another relic from the old days. Still holds an edge, at least. That boxing club in the Albarca Baths is my last lead. Dowd has to be there.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I read that? Oh, right. Do. Ignore the peak behind the curtain. Totally didn't forget to turn those back on whenever I was taking screenshots for thumbnails. Because Death of the Outsider also allows you to do what the previous game does and let you like select the missions that you've played through. This is also an interesting little bit. That's kind of similar to Knife of Dunwall as far as the DLC goes, but not like identical. So, essentially, there are contracts that you can take, and but they're just like additional things that you can do, but you don't have to, and you also don't have to purchase them ahead of time. So there's two. Essentially, one group wants me to take out the other group and also steal their secret recipe. The other wants me to track down this fellow who's been apparently...
Burglary, spying, picking pockets. Dowd taught me more than just killing.
Yeah.
It can keep me afloat. For now.
The other one is someone's dog's been stolen, and like apparently there's no chance of said doggo being saved, so it's just being allowed to be like, hey, find him and please take him out. Travelogue. Forgiven. I wouldn't have blamed Emily for killing me then and there. Bring down an empress and everything gets thrown into chaos. A lot of people got hurt. But it was worse than that, wasn't it? Until I helped kill her mother. That's 2 times I was spared. But at least I got to put it right. Is this how Dowd feels? My dreams are getting worse too, stronger. Sometimes I stare at my right arm like it shouldn't be there, and my head hurts like I'm blinded by blood. I started to write it all down just to keep a handle on it. 2 weeks until I'm back in Karnaca, the longest 2 weeks of my life. Even if I make it, the engine is rattling bad. Or if I even make it, the engine is rattling bad. My old self gun. It felt good to say the name, even better to hear it. And now it's on every corner of Karnaca. Wanted, Billy Lurk. I've been sending out messages to my contacts in the city, following up on sightings and rumors, but nothing yet. I even listened to the rats. Sometimes they know things others don't. And their voices remind me so much of Deirdre. I found the old man's wanted poster in a trunk. Now I'm looking for Dowd just like all of Dunwall was years ago. Hope I have more luck than they did. A long shot. One last lead. An underground boxing club of all places. Dowd could be fighting there. Maybe another dead end, but I have to be sure. I tried to pump out the engine room, but no use. My ship's dead in the water. Megan Foster would have been furious, but I'm not. I've got other things to care about now. Yeah, so one thing I don't entirely, I don't think it's... At least not that I remember picking up on. But, she just has her arm again at the start. It sounds like she's having dreams like the Outsider digged with her in her dream, but, she's not entirely aware that it's, not her actual arm right now? I'm not very certain on that particular point of, that detail. I remember what it's called, I remember what it does, which is really fucking cool. Oh, hey, what are you? The Lonely Rat Boy and Other Tales, 1. It was the year the rat plague sank its bloody teeth into Dunwall and tore out all its mercies. The year the people who lived submerged within the shadows of the city's great edifices suffered the most. This lonely child knew no family but a small white rat. Whatever pieces of half-rotted food he found, he shared with this creature. He knew no name, only the vile curses thrown at him by the thugs and mudlarks who tormented him daily. Their fists raised, their knives on his skin, how they grinned, baring all their blackened teeth. The boy, bruised and shaken, cradled his little friend to his chest as they sat together in some dark alley for a moment's breath. Soon the city watch found him. Move on, the watchman said. The boy did not know where to go. He pleaded with the man, who answered with a truncheon across the youngster's cheek. Move on, he said again with a scowl. The boy turned to run. He'll be weeping soon, he heard the watchman spit. The boy's heart stuttered with fear. The rat watched him plaintively with red eyes. No one will help him, or will help us, the boy said to his only friend. This is why a cab. Though, why are certain things not showing up? Oh, display interaction. Whoops. Okay, cool. It feels weird not having void vision. Terrible dreams, read. These are the strongest they've ever been. Feels like I'm really dying. Each time. I'll be in some alley in Karnaca, the sleeve of my coat soaked to the shoulder in blood, half blind, face split open like a river crust. thieves waiting to check my head for gold teeth and grab a better pair of boots, or the Grand Guard swords bloody, laughing as I die. It's a little different every time, but not by much. When I wake up, I look into the glass just to make sure my eye is where it was the night before. And who in the aisles has to check to make sure their own damn arm hasn't been hacked off in the night? Ridiculous. I'm running low on tobacco with how much I've packed my pipe the nights when I can't sleep. Don't know what I'll do when it's gone. So it's like... Oh, I definitely didn't read all of these before. The dream again. It was the Grand Guard, I know it this time. A fight I couldn't handle, a misstep, a mistake. An eye cut open and a sword arm lying in the street. Me, not even half myself, staggering through Karnaca, trying to tie off a tourniquet with my teeth. Pulling with all my strength as I feel each heartbeat shudder a little slower, a little weaker. When I woke up, my right arm was numb right up to the elbow, and my right eye stung as bad as the time Anton tried to cook hot peppers on the griddle in the galley. It's like my mind's playing tricks on me. It takes me a while every morning to know what's real. It hurts to write. I tried to have a dream last night by drinking some of that foul liquor Anton left behind, but the dreams came anyway, and now my head hurts like I bashed against a wall. The sea's choppy this morning, too. Just my luck. I've been in some nasty spots in the past, but I never had to pinch my own face shut or watch my hand twitch in the street, so why do I keep dreaming it? Every time it feels more like a memory than anything else, and it's getting worse. I'll have the dream, then the fingers on my right hand are stiff for hours in the morning, and I can barely tie a knot, and my right eye will go blind without warning. I don't know what to do. If I tell anyone about it, they'll just think I'm drinking Anton's liquor every night. I'm throwing the rest of that bottle overboard. So there's definitely something, like, finicky with timelines going on. Because, like... I mean, you saw her last game. She didn't... Like, she was missing her right arm below the elbow and one of her eyes. But now she has them back. I keep forgetting this is not a game where you can scroll out to see your character. But so, like, there's...
The engine is shot and half the ship's in an inch or more of seawater. These are the dreadful whale's last days.
Rip. So, like, there's definitely something going weird. I hope we get, like, an actual explanation.
I've been searching for months. I know you're here, Dowd. Somewhere.
Notes about Albarca Baths. Went to see old Madge again, traded some old whalebone and a bit of hair, not mine, for information. She's making charms for the eyeless now. Good clients, pay regular. Left before Madge tried to pick my pocket. Some witches from the Royal Conservatory joined the eyeless, powerless now. None from the Brigmore days who would remember me, at least. No reason to think they'll look twice if I go in like anyone else. Are these people just messing around, or is there something I'm not seeing? I think I lost my pocket knife. Madge? Curse that old woman. Can't know if Dowd's at the Albarca Baths till I go check it out for myself. Last lead I got. Right, so there is a new faction in this one called the Eyeless, who you'll see soonish. Deirdre in my dreams. Last night I fell asleep holding the charm Deirdre gave me. I remember her picking some rich man's pocket for some coin or a watch, and instead she got out this thing, dead and humming. She bundled it up in a braid of her own hair and gave it to me for luck. But it wasn't luck that made the rat start talking. It was only after Deirdre lay dying that it started whispering her sweet voice to me. I dreamed her in patches, red hair peeping out of her baker boy hat, those sharp eyes, the quickest hands in Dunwall. We used to lie together, and the feeling of her fingertips across my skin would be the only thing in the world to me. I'd close my eyes and nothing else would matter. But in the dream, she looked at me like she'd been alone so long she couldn't even recognize me. I reached out and my arm was gone. I could barely see her through the blood and pain, so far away and half me missing. It was an older wound that hurt this time. When I woke, I was alone again. I don't know what I expected. I've been alone on the ship for weeks. Nobody but me and the rats that chew up the wires in the engine room, and then tell me with a laugh. Alright, so she doesn't have a heart. Like, she doesn't have, like, a heart item like the last two games. She just has this nifty little charm. Somewhere. Okay, maybe I can't actually view it. But, you know, we saw it at the start. It's like, you know, it looks a lot like the heart, but with a rat fused into it. And it allows her to talk to rats. So this will be a ratless, as far as kills go, this will be a ratless death playthrough. Or, yeah. So, that's fun. Wanted poster for Dowd.
Everyone in Dunwall was afraid of him then, but not me.
Eyeless remain eyesore for our city. 2 raids by the Grand Guard occurred last night, resulting in few arrests as investigations continue into the activities of the game known as the Eyeless. Both raids were conducted on derelict warehouses in the Campo Seta dockyards. Several shipments of whalebone were found at both scenes, along with many carved talismans familiar on sailing ships. These trinkets marked with strange insignias were collected along with various unidentified powders, noxious plants, and vials of unknown liquid. Though these items added credence to rumors of black magic being practiced by the Eyeless, the Grand Guard has not called for Overseer support. Roving Vice Overseer Cardoza of the Abbey of the Everyman, when reached for the comment, stressed the spiritual dangers of carved bone charms and, if found, to bring them directly to your nearest Overseer outpost for inspection and disposal. He gave no further remarks on the Grand Guard's ongoing investigation. Inspect.
That club is run by a gang that call themselves the Eyeless. They claim to fight using black magic. If that's true, then Dowd might be involved.
Mark of the Outsider.
Dowd's had the Mark of the Outsider in his hand for as long as I've known him. I've gone through every gang-infested slum asking after this, and no one would tell me a thing.
Knife of General, we've read that in I think every single book. Reply from T. Billy, or Megan, or whatever you go by these days. I don't know anymore. It was so easy to pretend we didn't know each other when you were Megan. We agreed to respect both our new lives and not dredge up bad memories. So what are you doing? Yeah, I saw him 2 years ago here in Karnaca. He even asked after you. I said I hadn't seen you since the night in the flooded district. I'm sure you know why I lied. He never stopped killing, you know. He's got the same old grudges. I just hope you're not one of them.
Karnaca is full of secrets. If I have any clues about where Dowd is, it's because he let me find them.
Reply from Kitterneck. Not Ketterdam, Kitterneck. Dearest Megan, what an intriguing message. Here's this then. An old lover? Forgive me, but he doesn't really seem your type. But if you must, I heard a rumor a few months ago from some gentleman that a man looking like that he'd been spied... What? Oh, that a man looking like that had been spied with those bizarre eyeless. I filed that piece of gospel away just in case it was important. Lucky you. When are you coming back here? Make it soon. We miss you. We have some of that tobacco you like stored away just in case you visit. Loving you always, E.V. Kitterneck. Anything to comment? No? Okay. Reply from Isabel. Megan, you must be pretty desperate if you're writing to me about this. Yeah, I saw him. He set up a meeting to buy some of those funny explosives that fell off the back of a carriage a few months ago. I waited for him, but he never showed up. Sorry, I can't be any more help. I haven't seen or heard from him since. Put me in a real bind. Isabel. Also, hey, you were kind not to mention it, but I didn't forget I still owe you that case of fig wine after what happened last time. Give me 2 more months. I swear I'll get it to you. Cool. I think that's everything. Oh, hey, look. We actually have pins now instead of just magnetic paper. Again, we've read Knife of Dunwall every single game. Abandoned letter to the Empress. Your Imperial Highness, I thank you for the gift. While your generosity is... To Empress Emily Caldwin, I don't want your coin. Lady Emily, I can't take your coin after what I did. I'm trying to find a way to make peace. Dear Emily, I wish... To do. Men vest, seal hatch, bullets, whiskey. Aw, Billy. Ugh. I will say, I feel like this doesn't have the exact same setup as the boat did, you know, last week when I posted the final episode of Dishonored 2. This feels like that it has, I don't know. I can't pin down specifics at the moment, but it definitely feels different. And for, you know, one that's only supposed to, like, for a boat that's supposed to be the same that's only been, like, moderately changed, or, like, you know, been repaired a little bit.
This station hasn't been used for years. Hiding the dreadful whale wasn't easy, but it's safe so far.
Or rather, it seems to have been built up rather than, like, been falling apart. And that's just, you know, a little weird given that, you know, supposedly this thing's kind of falling to pieces. Just wanna make sure I'm not missing any supplies. Okay, that's not rope. Oh no, it's like, that's metal cabling. Okay, I'm gonna quit dilly-dallying and let's get on. This mission's gonna be like most first missions. Well, okay. So, here's something that I don't know if it's... I don't know if it was... So there are a couple different, like, possibilities. So this game does not have... friends!
What can you tell me today, my little gutter friend?
Here's us, one of us,
Hmm.
ugly and big, still friend.
Hey! Billy's cool.
Fed us in lean times, tossed us grains and crumbs. Loud voices came, metal flashed, warm blood and floods on the floor. Our first feast, we lather her up. Soldiers and knives chew the metal, burns us, fire from inside, scent of heat and death, dangerous food.
Oh, babies.
Follow the scent, crawling ropes, up, hide inside dark boat belly. Wood rocks, water flows, salt taste on fur, new homes grass.
I love the little friends so much. But okay, so, I guess first I'll start off with what I'm saying and theorizing over, and then, you know, I'll let you all draw your own conclusions. So, as I think about it, actually forgot to mention at the end of, Dishonored 2, Dishonored Death of the Outsider was originally intended to be a DLC for Dishonored 2, but then they changed it so that people wouldn't have to buy Dishonored 2 to play Death of the Outsider. And so that could be a cause as to why the change. The change itself is the fact that this doesn't have the chaos system anymore, which means you can just run you can just go wild, and the only thing that will change is, like, the ending only changes depending on what you choose at the very end. And then there's a couple reasons that could be. The official reason is that Corvo and Emily were, like, very big public figures, and so due to that, everyone was kind of, like, watching their actions and paying attention to their actions, and so that's why their chaoticness mattered. Whereas Billy, like, she does things that have very big, like, have massive effects, but she's like an assassin that most people don't know if she's even a real person, like she's an urban legend almost, and those that, like, do know her aren't going to be like, oh yeah, I know Billy Lurk. No. And so because of that, her actions don't have the same ripple as as Corvo and Emily's do. That's the official stance. Briefing. One last fight. You're on the lookout for your old mentor, Dowd, whom you've not seen in 15 years. Rumors speak of a clandestine boxing ring that uses black magic and bone charms at the Albarca Baths. Could he be there? So that's, like, the official reason.
Right. The old Albarca Baths shouldn't be far.
Another one, which is, you know, very valid, is that, you know, it was a DLC, so it wasn't supposed to be, like, as... Hello. That's unfortunate. So it wasn't supposed to be as big of a deal as, you know, the primary storyline. Fidelia's Journal. Second month of Earth. I tried the old incantations over the teeth and strings like before, but it didn't work. It always used to work. Is the magic really gone? I heard about a gang from one of my sisters. She said that they do things like we had together. I don't know where else to go. 27th Earth. The eyeless might be content with scratched up bones and rat liqueur, but I'm not. I tasted the dark waters of the void with my sisters. I know what it's like to turn things you hate to ash and watch bright flowers bloom from the cinders. These people don't know real magic. 7th month of Nets. I think I found a way. If I can snatch one of the stray hounds off the street and steal some carved whalebone, I might be able to get back a glimmer of my power. I know what words to speak over it. I just hope the outsider listens. 10th of Nets. I used to raise dead hounds from the earth to stalk shadows and tear my enemies to pieces. And now, I watch the life run out of this wretched creature. Its heart shuddered and stopped, and I felt nothing. Just pity. It's gone. Damn, well there goes my theory that y'all just were, you know, resurrecting, like, loyal pets that you didn't want to lose. Well, that's just great. So, you know, it could be that they're just like, oh, it's a DLC, we don't need to put in the whole chaos system. Which is, you know, fair. There's also the option that, you know, well, possibility that, well, she's both queer and POC, and, you know, could just be the developer being a little problematic? I don't know. I think it's probably just the official thing, but I don't know. I am cognizant that there could be other causes for it, is what I'm trying to get across. But I'm not someone who works at Arcane, so I don't know for sure.
This is a life reeks, drink dark blood or scream kin. Hunts us. This night is fast.
I love the little rats.
Here, sour fear. They carry scratched bones, carved wood, blood, and soft feather. No use. Death still finds them.
Oh, right. I apparently turned off. I'll take you up just a second. I forgot to turn the volume back. Or not the volume, I forgot to turn the subtitles for the rats back on. Doo-doo-doo. Hello, are you a guard? Wanted for burglary, smuggling, injurious assault, and other high crimes. Billy Look. Assist the Grand Draconan God in apprehending the recidivist criminal Billy Look. Generous rewards and positions promised for information leading to her swift arrest or death. Report all suspicious characters to the nearest Grand Guard checkpoint. Do not attempt to apprehend unassisted. Billy is badass. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just more. Wait. Interesting. Interesting. So apparently Addermeyer... Okay. Attention. Facility management at Addermeyer Institute have initiated a voluntary recall on Addermeyer solution. Due to potential adverse side effects, citizens are urged to not consume the recalled product. If you have used Addermeyer solution in large quantities and have experienced headache, nausea, rapid changes in mood, or periods of memory loss, you are encouraged to contact the Addermeyer Institute to arrange an appointment with Dr. Hypatia free of charge. Now that's interesting. Because, well, as Emily, I was guzzling that stuff because I like to use powers. And I can't wait till I get my powers in this game. I mean, I can. Mainly because I have to. But void am I excited to get them. Hi little rats, anything fun? I mean, sure.
Slick shining oil from his seasonal oils. Or deep and heavy. Tastes like emptiness. Tastes like alone.
One thing that I do think is really kind of ironic is the fact that, as I mentioned, there is not a chaos system in Dishonored Death of the Outsider. However...
Ah, you and your superstitions. Don't believe all that hocus-pocus crap. A gang's a gang. You should worry more about a knife in the back than some curse.
If you say so. But let's still wait for the reinforcements.
However, Dishonored Death of the Outsider has the most ranged options for non-lethally taking out people than, like, compared to any other of the Dishonored games. Lieutenant, I have received reports of illegal activity in the Old Albarca Baths, and I suspect the Islets gang is involved. This could be our chance to finally strike a blow against these degenerate rat-eaters. I want you to scout the area with your squad and gather as much information as you can before, and don't take any risks. The Dockyard District will send reinforcements for a raid momentarily. Captain something or other. I also saw a window up here, so let's check that out. Oh fuck, I don't have powers. But I do have eyes. Wait, why can't I just sense that?
Could be a gimmick. But if they really do use magic, then I need to check it out.
Question. Is anyone home? I mean, sure, that sounds good, since I don't care about people dying. Oh, right. Unnerving target. Sometimes people drop things they're going to throw at me, at their feet, instead of throwing them at me. We'll be rich! Excerpt from a journal. We've been here just a month and I'm making coin hand over fist. It's a dream come true. Sure, it costs to keep that suppressor running, but it's paid for itself 10 times over. Everyone wants to try to fight the brute. All the new folks coming in because they heard we can do a bit of magic, thinking they're the one who'll break the brute's record. Ha! They pay for it in coin and teeth. Better them than me. I could kiss the one who led us here, and to that magnificent bastard. I wonder who the beast is. Pay what you owe. Pay what you owe. Hi, safe. Dial. Coin. I definitely glitching need coin. Let's see. Are there any sort of notes around here about... Oh, hey! Apartment key. I forget if you get... Like, I forget if I get... powers... I think I get it at the start of the next mission? / after this one? So... Wait, pay what you owe. This feels like a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to make an educated guess that it's 5, 7... No? Okay. Okay, I have one other thought, and then I'm going to leave it, which is that because, so, row 3 has only 3 digits in it versus, like, the columns all have 4, well, you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, this one totals, like, 8 digits total. But since row 3 has 3 digits total in it, I'm going to try 162, or 167, and if that doesn't work, we're going to move on, cause... I don't have all day, and I don't have powers to look for clues, so I'm not going to waste all of your time doing that. No? Still nothing? Unless there's like a unless there's a safe code written somewhere, like right here. Pay what you owe. Sir Conan Legend, the Moth King. Yeah, I don't see any documents anywhere. I've read the one that I can. Okay, I have one last thought. It's kind of out there, but you know, this game has had sillier clues before. Which is, yeah, okay, nothing in here. Oh no. I thought a little piece of paper, I thought maybe, hey, no, but no. Let's see, I'm gonna count how many books are up here, just because there's been these sorts of clues before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or, so 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 5, 1. Just because the 451 is less likely to be changed as frequently as those boards, assuming those are actually boards and not just something to, you know... Ha! Aha! I kind of felt stupid doing, like, I felt like I was being, I felt like I was being silly doing that. But no, it turns out I was right. Wonderful. You look like a thing. Not the thing, a thing. I might be a little proud of myself. Yes, it was a very easy puzzle, but still. Okay. Well, I'm neutral territory, so I should be fine. Ivan Jacoby. You sound... That
I've read a
sounds...
few things about the Eyeless. Some of it strange. None of it good.
Oh, this is where the guards were. Okay. Oh, hey, look, more... Oh, it's a map. I don't care. I mean, if anyone else likes maps... Ta-da! I don't like maps. They don't do much for me. Like, it's just, oh, cool. Mainly because they don't have "you are here" signs. I mean, I guess technically this one does because we're in the carriage station. And, like, it tells me... I don't know. This doesn't get information... That doesn't communicate any information to me that is helpful. Wait. Hold on. I can't tell if those dogs are alive or not. Let's see. It's hard to see what's blocking you. But let's try a little something. Alright, that's not doing anything, so nope. I don't have... No, okay, I don't have the charge bolt yet. Electrical burst, sure. Is there a shop anywhere? Hello? Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Well, it's fine. Hello? Are any shops here?
Sign up to fight the brute over by the bookie counter, if you're sick of living.
Go away. I need to prepare for my fight.
Okay, I will leave you to your business. You seem unpleasant.
Something fishy happening in there. Strange people come and go.
I don't think it's supposed to fester like that. A little pus is all right, but this...
Hark, there she blows. Hark, under she goes. Look
Ruins the
sharp,
neighborhood, that's what it does.
Is this where... I feel like... Oh wait, I don't have... I have one electrical burst. Oh, all of you are alive. Oh, I really don't regret this.
Don't know what I ate to deserve that.
Whispers from the okay, we've read this one already. I just want to unblock the door. Can I unblock the door? Oh, it's a latch. That's what was doing it. Cool, 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 cool. And I did it without having to hurt the friends. Good. Of course, that did really nothing except for give me an escape route, potentially. But, still. Search the premises.
I'm not drunk enough to have a conversation.
That's a mood. That's an interesting looking tattoo you have. It looks kind of like, anyway.
It's locked. That area's private, get it? But I can let you in for, say, 100 coin.
Do I have 100 coin? I also love how it's still... They're just called coin. They're not called, like crowns. Oh, yeah. Sure. Eleanor, I'm shoving off as soon as I get enough coin for a ship to Winden. My heart soured on this place after the brute killed poor Maudie last month. I'll never forget how the crowd laughed when he gutted her. Pricks. Now it's time to move on. Linnea says she can give me honest work with the Winden guard. I'd rather look a fool in that uniform than stay here and see the black arts mocked. Jeanette said our orders came from a higher power. The eyeless were privy to big secrets, she said. What a laugh. Nary one of these fools can craft a proper bone charmer rotting ointment. All they do is guzzle rat liqueur and puke and brawl like babes. I won't miss any of them. You're my only friend here now that Maudie's gone, so I wanted to say farewell. Come see me in Winden if you can. Morena.
That door is for paying customers only.
Yeah, I don't mind paying 100 coin right now.
Open the door.
Stay out of sight in there. If you're spotted, we never met. Got it?
Sure.
Hey. 20 bottles tonight, 12 bottles last night. My body's dead tired. Can't keep up. Supplies are running low, too.
Oh wait, could I have snuck in through here to begin with? I could have. Oh well. That's fine. Oh, hello. Bye. You might want to get that looked at. You're not doing so hot there, friend. I still don't have powers.
Am I supposed to catch the rats to make the liquor?
Though also, like,
Someone's
apparently...
making the liquor, huh? You ever think about that? Is someone there?
Hi! Bye! So apparently... I haven't tried this a lot for semi-obvious reasons, but apparently, here, you can just play corpse for a while. But apparently, you can, if you're very good at aiming with throwing things, glitching apparently, you can, like, throw bottles, like, you can just, like, throw normal objects at people and hit them on the head and knock them out, which seems false, but it's what I have been told by in-game sources. That's a weird statement I'm about to say, but yay, I love chloroform bottles. Let's see, what did I get? Sure. This game might be slightly more... Plagued Spirit Bull Rat Liqueur. 1 grown bull rat alive, 9 red potatoes, 3 drops wormwood oil. Drain rat's blood into large cooking pot, boil with potatoes on a red-hot stove, add wormwood when a mash forms, strain the brew into copper vats with the rat corpse, swell through 1 full moon cycle, strain into a bottle, wear a mask or you'll puke. Seal that rat inside with the liqueur. If Jeanette sees you steal a squiff, you'll be hound's meat. Also, the copper is very important. I say from having a family recipe that we make periodically that requires silver dollars to be inside of there, and most importantly, you also have to, like, they have to be silver dollars from the right time period, otherwise the metal content will be incorrect and the things won't end up tasting correct. So I absolutely believe whenever they're like, we need to make sure we have, you know, copper kettles instead of elsewise. Yeah, so I just... Let's see, that one is just... Wait, where's the... Contracts? Bring us the recipe, and then destroy their stock. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I forgot that stuff is like, I don't know, weird fumes inside of there. Well, I think I destroyed their stock. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just move all of these that I might possibly be needing to use over here. Because I'm all out of, because I haven't seen a shop, and I'm all out of, like, ranged options, and I don't have my powers. So... Chloroform. Nope, you're not chloroform. You're flammable. You're flammable. That's similarly effective at taking somebody out as chloroform, but not quite the same thing. At least last I checked. I might need to, you know, check with my people on that. My people meaning, of course, Quinn. They referred to themselves as Google on delay recently, and it amused me greatly.
Outsider's eyes. Dowd. They're making him fight. I have to get him out of there.
Look at you! Trapped like a hound in the pits. Hoping your masters will throw you a bone charm.
I don't think that's what hounds hope for. I could be wrong. Bone charm!
I once knew a kid who said his bone charm would make bullets bounce off his skin. He shot himself in the stomach and died a day later.
That doesn't surprise me. Defeat the brute reward. Don't know what we did right, but we crafted a mighty powerful bone charm this time. Jeanette says it's the reward for beating the brute, so spread the word. Well, I'm just gonna... If I may. Wait, what'd that one say? Oh, agility. Oh, right. Okay, so Billy's, a bit weird in terms of how her powers work. That's clearly raw whalebone. But okay. I suppose I can't carry a whale vertebra out. I guess. So Billy doesn't get, like, even whenever she gets powers, they're not quite the same. We've read the thing on Bone Charms 5 bajillion times. Like, she does get all of the same complement, like, the same outfit of powers that, like, Emily gets. Or at least in terms of, like, passives and things. But she gets them mainly in the form of black bone charms, rather than, like, the things that you spend runes on, like Emily did. So, for example, the one that I just got, agility, it does the same thing as the purchased, like, the double jump ability that Emily could get with runes. You look to be alone. So... Oops. I did it wrong. That's okay. And I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, like, an interesting way to, like, making sure that you could still use the same powers, but without having to, like... Because there... Oh, also, this game's going to be much shorter. I think there's, like, 4 episodes in this one, or 4 missions in this one. So it's going to be a much shorter series for the... series finale for Dishonored, I suppose you could say. At least for now. I really, really hope... Rats, you have anything to say? You know, you sound like Catan. I know I've mentioned them before, but Catan, for those of you who don't know, being my heavily traumatized tiefling D&D character. Well, I didn't see an option to open those beforehand, so I hope there wasn't anything in there that I needed. There's a bone charm nearby. I don't know where the void it is, because I'm blind, because I don't have my powers. Yes, I'm going to be pouty about it. About electrical burst. Jeanette, remember those old wall of light parts we found near the dockyards? Well, I found a way to make use of them. Turns out there's a part in them that powers the whole thing. So I took it out of all the rusty coils, and now we have these little things to stun folks if they get out of hand. I call them electrical burst. You're welcome. I've already seen folks sling them at rats to keep them out of the stereo or storerooms, but it makes them tense up and ruins the meat. Can't make liqueur from them when they're like that. Better to use them on larger vermin, you get me? One last thing, do not touch the tip. And by the outsider, do not lick it. I wish I didn't have to make that clear, but Lacey did on a bet and it took hours to wake her up. And now she's got no eyebrows. Now from the electricity, but because someone shaved them off when she was out cold. But we told her it was electricity. Leon. Nice. Good friends. Good friends. Which friend are you? Are you the licks something that's clearly jolting with electricity, or the shaves their eyebrows? I feel like, I don't know which one I am, actually. I feel like Quinn? Which would you say? Dear Alma, your last letter tore my heart out, with you begging me to quit the Eyeless gang and come home. Whatever gruesome tales you heard, the Eyeless aren't bloodthirsty brutes like Hatters or Howlers. They know things, secret things. They're teaching me how to make medicines and brew potions and even carve my own bone charms for the occult boxing fights. If I keep winning matches, I'll catch Jeanette Lee's eye. She's the boss around here at Albarca. If I work for her, the coin will come rolling in, more than I ever made toiling in the docks. Sad news about Graham's fever. I can't spare any coin, but here's some dried raven beak for a poultice. A poultice? Whatever. Boil it down with yarrow root in a copper pot and spread it thick on Graham's chest. She'll be bright as a crystal rain in no time. Your brother, Rory. Yeah, Rory, how well is that playing out for you so far? I really wish I knew where the void that bone charm was. Look around closely. I am. But I'm not seeing any of the usual, like, void distortion. Oh, well, you look like fun. What are you? 815. Safe code. 815. Hook mine, hook mine, hook mine. Stefan, what did I tell you? Glad we stole those blueprints last month. Sure, those parts were hard to find because the hook mines are already making themselves useful. Snatched up an overseer trying to sneak in here. Wish I could have seen what his face looked like under that mask when the hooks got in him and dragged him up. Would have paid a lot of coin to see that. But someone else in this district is telling tales about us to the Abbey of the Everyman. Those witch hunters won't show mercy if they find out what we're doing here. Best find out which of our neighbors has a loose tongue. See if they can still snitch about it, and keep the tongue, we can use that. Oh, see if they can still snitch without it, and keep the tongue, we can use that. In the meantime, throw a rock or a rat up at this fool. See if you can make him twitch. I'll get more hook mines made as soon as I can. Arabella. I forget. Hook mines? Can you... Oh, you can. Cool. So, I don't know the specifics. But essentially, these little buggers are... more chloroform. Yes! But they're like... How do you even describe them? Oh, wait, okay, I think maybe I saw where things are. They're like, I don't know, they're little mines that shoot out lots of hooks and pull people up.
Found an old beggar to train him on, but the brutes ripped him to meat gobbets in a blink.
Good. We want them vicious. Find some more beggars to train them on.
Can I break this little venti thing?
The bodies next time. You don't need the guards sniffing around here again.
Maybe not. Oh, for void's sake.
What was that? Watch out! Intruder!
It's also really fun because, like, you can throw them. So just like, oh, you're there? Yeet. Are you trying to stop me? Bye. It's very fun. Uses for hag pearls. Clarice, here's what you asked for. Weren't too hard to find, but you know they're not real pearls, right? 6 years at sea should have taught you that. Hagfish spit them up when they ate something bad. A rat falls in their mouth, and 2 weeks later a bunch of these come out, waxing full of little bones. Or they swallowed up the silver teeth out of a dead man's head, and it's made them too heavy to swim right. Either way, it means they shove these things down one end, or... They shove these things out one end or another. Probably why they smell awful. When they dry out, they turn stiff, and I've seen street kids pitch them at folks with slings. But dockworkers say they're unlucky. Cut open a hagfish belly and a bunch of these pour out, you'd better take care. Your gran used to collect them, had a string of them around her wrist, and when she wanted someone's luck to turn, she'd whisper their name to it and slip it into their pocket. Worked half the time, at least. Might help you out someday. Who knows? Just a neat one. Visit again soon, Aunt Flora. Hag Pearl. I also really don't quite fully understand the point of the Hag Pearl. The islet's got potential. Anyone who's spent time on the water know what these are. Lucky charms, scrimshaw, witchcraft if you want. Whatever you call them, these fancy bits of bone can be worth a fortune if they make good on their promises. Sometimes you'll find one on a dead howler or grizzler, some lifeless bootlicker's last hope in a fight. You'll never find one on a dead eyeless. You know why? Because the eyeless make good on their promises. We know things that the Abbey don't want you to know, and not just a balm to clear that rash you got in an alley, but how to scratch up a bit of whalebone so you don't feel pain in a fistfight, how to make even the most sharp-eyed guard miss you in the street, even how to get the outsider's ear and ask him a thing or two. You won't believe what we can do until you see it yourself, until you see all those dead howlers at your feet and hold a bit of lucky bone to thank for it. All it takes is some ink under the skin and a couple of sleepless nights, and this city could be yours. Wait, hold on. Ink under your skin? Mandy? Is this like where Mandy's gotten up to?
What do they want? Hopefully they just leave me alone.
Because in the last game, you know, we learned about Mandy? Yeah, Mandy, I believe. Who was, you know, the canon trans character who was studying, like, magical tattoos and stuff. Was she studying them to transition because mood? I also will take Eldritch transition tattoos over having to deal with actual medical care systems any glitching day of the week. I'm mainly curious if it's like, look around closely. It's also now gone. So hotter. It's hard to tell what is void distortion and what is, like, actual... just, like, what's steam and what's actual void distortion. Because it's the void distortion we're looking for. And that we want. But I don't know where to look, and I don't have my powers. I'll try to be slightly less whiny about that. This should be fine. Unconscious, unconscious. Wonderful. Oh, cool, and I only had to use one of my bolts. We love that. I don't think we actually get sleep bolts in this game. Oh, you're the one that... Oh, I have to kill you, don't I? Oh, wait, hold on. Are you... Contracts. Okay, so I have to kill this dog and then burn his remains to make sure the eyeless don't use him. So, if any part of that bothers you, skip ahead the next minute. Ugh. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Oh goddamn, I hate it. But there should be a thing, like right here. Come on, I just want to get this done, please. Cool. Got that done. Wonderful. Okay, so they don't actually have any more. Not anymore, little friends. Oh. Poor babies. That looks like a thing. I really don't. I think it's beneath me. Honestly, I think it's beneath me. So I will come back. Oh, are you why? Also, I saw... Obviously somebody saw me. And I saw a chloroform bottle somewhere up here. I thought.
Something's not right. The hair on my back is all up tingling.
Something's amiss. Something doesn't interfere with tinctures. Time relax everything. Isn't that always the way?
I need to find whoever that was. Don't want to get yelled at.
I really don't know because I don't have powers that let me move over like under places. So, I don't know.
Something's going on. That's for sure.
But of course I'm gonna try. That's for sure.
Okay, now I'm jumpy. Things in the shadows. Hearing things.
Okay, that's steam, so we can't go through there. Monstrum rules. Can't go through steam.
Someone there? Like that. I'm gonna have a look around.
Damn. No, you didn't. You're lying. You're a lying liar.
Come to me then.
Okay, that door's latched, so I should be safe right here. Now I'm no longer safe.
We're always watching. Always.
Which is really funny given, you know, a band called the Eyeless.
What's wrong? We all need to be on our guard.
I am curious. This is neutral territory. Theoretically.
I don't know who you are, but stay downstairs unless you want trouble.
Good to know. Good to know. Salt.
Biding my time. I'll make it into the inner circle.
Eyeless Diary. Excerpt from a private journal. 24 Harvest. Heard from some of the women who came over from the Royal Conservatory that there's a man tied up in one of those old public baths. I laughed. But they said it wasn't like that, and there's something special about him. I'll round up some of the others and take a look. 3 month of nets. They weren't lying, some unlucky fool is down there. I don't know what that machine is or who put him there, but we found a real one. Void touched, just like the women said. 7 of nets. We moved the operation over to the Albarca baths. Easier than trying to move him. He's got some real fight in him, though you wouldn't know it from how old he looks. Need to talk to Jeanette. 12th of nets. Got it all set up now. We called him the Black Magic Brute. Came up with it myself, I'm proud of that one. The outsider gave him magic, I know that much. But the stupid hound can't talk, or won't. Just mutters. Won't look anyone in the eye until a fight starts. But those fights will be making coin off of him for a while.
This bar is my place, not yours. Get out.
Okay.
This place really pulls in coin.
Just 'cause I'm curious. How attentive are people? Robbie, I dropped the betting coin in the safe and hid your apartment key in the bucket by the door. Like you said. You're all set. You owe me 2 bottled rats for helping you this time. Elira. P.S. If you forget the combination again, tally the books over your desk. Maybe they'll uncover your memory. A.
Dowd's never lost a fight.
Do you see any guards outside? They've been
Blank betting slip. Albarca betting. Fighter, blank, time and match, blank. Stake, blank. All bets by house rules.
after us for a while. And what's
Bet on the brute to win. Albarca betting. Fighter, black magic brute, time and match. 8:30 match 5. Stake 10 coins to win, no kill. All bets by house rules. Bet on the brute to kill. Albarca betting. Fighter, black magic brute, fight in time. 10, match 8, stake 7 coin to win with kill. All bets by house rules. Oh! You know, I bet...
Rolling time!
Oops. Let's see. Quiet, non-lethal projectile.
I'm so glad. Yeah, run.
Well, this got a lot simpler. Oh, oops.
Fill my pillow with your hands before I have plenty of ideas.
This be a lesson to you.
Okay.
Enjoy your very last minute.
So proud now, are you?
I'll tear you into pieces. Take your shit over there.
Superior, huh?
You should have stayed in your boring little world.
Oh wait, do I not have the ability to... I do! There we go. Well, okay.
I'll see you in the void.
I mean, if you want to keep killing your people, I'm not going to complain.
Guts apart.
Hey, let one of them live! You gonna let her live too, or are you gonna let me, or are you gonna take her out? Well then, this didn't quite go how I had wanted it to. But who am I to pass up a fight when fools will so readily throw themselves at me? How many of you have actual loot on you? You have loot, you have loot, you have loot. Letter to a friend. Tomas, I don't know what you're getting into with black magic. It draws you in with harmless little things like sailor's charms, but then see what horrors the eyeless make you do when you're too scared to leave. That's what the outsider wants. Ugh. Don't like this person already. You didn't know I had a brother, did you? When we were little, there was an old woman who lived by the dockyards. Ma said to run if she ever even looked at us, but we didn't listen. She was ugly as a hackfish, but she'd tell us odd stories. Said her black-eyed friend would visit her if we were quiet. Then my brother went missing. We searched all over for him, but we found no trace. That night, I went to the old woman, that witch, and she had something awful smelling in a pot she was stirring with all her strength. I asked if she'd seen him, and she laughed, and said yes, and showed me. She'd cut my brother up to pieces, nothing but bones and red flesh, and the little scarf he always wore. She'd have ground me up too if I hadn't run to the overseers. Get out of this cult while you can, before you're getting someone's son or a daughter to get the outsider's attention. Adela. Look, those people just don't know how to be... Again. Ugh. Some people just can't handle their eldritch gifts. Stealing the bone charm reward. I poked around and found the big reward charm stashed upstairs in the workshop. Stealing it is your problem. But take my advice, if you can't handle the brute without some powerful bone charm, you'd best not mess with Jeanette and her goons. Optional, found the bone charm. Done! Done and done. Let's see, do I still have the little notification? No, good, it was downstairs. Wonderful. Left leg carry. Amazing. Okay, are there any of you left? Just shout if there's any of you left. If there's not, go ahead and just be quiet. No? No one left? Well, isn't that convenient? Apparently there's also a nifty little thing. Silver dust. Not angel dust. Very, very, very different things. And also the name of a character. Well,
Wait. It's made out of rats. Ugh.
yeah. Let's see. We're right we're right below the steam area. For luck. Walk 3 times around the square with breeches reversed. Who shakes your hand will take your bad luck from you. At midnight, face south and eat a tin of hagfish while singing I Knew a Lady 3 times. Rest a teacup on your forehead whilst taking the day's first piss. If it don't break and fall, luck will come. Eat a rotten Tivian pear, but keep the core in your pocket for luck all day. If a white cat hisses at you, hop the main dock's length on one leg without falling, then spit into the sea to break the jinx. Make a wish, wear a scarf soaked in rum around your neck for a week. If it draws no comment, drink the rest of the rum. Your wish will be granted. A lot of those seem like destined to fail, but by all means. There we go. I was like, there's that like wall of steam up above us, and I can't go through that hole. So there has to. Hey, look at you! Look at you! Charm Carver's Diary. 8th of Songs. A charm carver will never starve, my mother used to say. Always coin to be made by selling wishes and wants to folks who don't come by much of either in their day-to-day. Well, I'm hungry, and this piece of rotted bone hasn't helped me get much out of the way of the overseers. Don't know who I pissed off, but someone must have slipped in my name. If those witch hunters catch me with my mother's carved bit of whalebone, it'll be a slow death. Outsiders are some in it now. 12th of Songs. Managed to palm off 2 useless bits of bone to a sailor stinking like whiskey. Couldn't tell his right from his left or a real charm from a fake one. Coin should get me through the week at least. Overseer's still 2 steps behind me. Going mad looking over my shoulder all the time. 22nd of Songs. Finally found a safe spot. Full belly too. Now I got a different hunger. My sweet singing bone charm around my neck again, wet whalebone in my hands. This one will carve up nice. Not as strong as some, but still good. Went too long without. Want it just as much as the bones now. Can I turn you off, please? Thank you. What's the new bone charm do? Oh, I guess I have a couple now. Hot cocktail. Maybe. None of those are appealing to me, so I will pass. Even if I've just done a shitload of combat. Rats! Oh god, are you talking about a child? No. Don't worry, there shouldn't. Well, actually no, I didn't kill the hounds. I just knocked them out. So there are still hounds, but oh, hey, hi. You're attractive looking. Can I steal you? Can I steal that painting? Pretty please? I need it for my I can. Void, yeah. Oh, that makes me a very happy lily. Oh, that makes me a very happy demoness. Also, speaking of demon and stuff, fun fact. I mentioned this in my Celeste playthrough, but I know not everyone watches both things. I'm currently switching, so, in my previous Get to Know Me video, oh no, just a star chart. My previous Get to Know Me video, or recent Get to Know Me video, I explained that my, preferred pronouns are she, her, but that I also use, fiends. That's, reversed now. I'm currently using fiends as my primary pronouns. I will still answer to she, her, hers, but if you want, bonus points with me, make me just explode with, like, validation and also joy, fiends, it's really, really good. Brute Power Suppressor. Do not touch. I don't know how this thing works, but it keeps the brute under control and in the pit. Have your fun, but watch out. When I've got my money's worth, our leaders will want to eyeball him. We were lucky to find such a vicious cur for our studies. We've seen him fight. If he gets out, he'll kill us all. So do not turn off the machine. Jeanette Lee. Well, I want to do just that. Hey, Dowd.
Dowd!
Cool.
Lurk, I knew you'd seek me out one day. I didn't think it would be like this.
You were hard to find. How did you end up here?
So let's talk somewhere else. The Eyeless have more secrets than you know.
I've got a ship. Or what's left of it. The Dreadful Whale. It's docked below the Akantila repair station. Dowd,
Say whatever you want to say, Billy. That you're here now is enough. I need your help.
I suppose we'll get it.
Those days are gone. This is something bigger. One last job.
I can do it. Who's the mark?
The one responsible for it all. The cults. The black magic. This mark on my hand. We're gonna kill the black-eyed bastard himself.
What?
Yep.
You want to
Run that
kill
by me
the
again?
outsider. You want to kill God.
I have questions?
I finally find him, and the old man's got me jumping right back into this occult shit. Dowd can explain himself back on the Dreadful Whale.
So now do I just go back? Is that all I need to do for now? I have not been recording long for a Dishonored episode. Currently at 1 minute and 17. I mean, it'll probably be like 1 minute 19 technically because I forgot to, do the audio settings beforehand. But alright, I can take the cash register now too. Gun! Hand took a gun. 5, 2, coin, 2, coin. Okay, that looks empty. Let's hope it really is. More coin! Yay! Nope. I want... Oh, also, I have terrible news. Unfortunately, due to the nature of Billy's powers, there will be no vertical unwiseness this game. Because... Hello? Who are you? Are you overseers? Because if you are overseers, I don't have any incentive for letting you live anymore. So, guess what that means for you? That means I don't have to piddle around trying to save and spare your worthless asses. Nice for your overseers. I mean, I don't need to spare your lives of your guards. I try to be, as with all things, I try to be nuanced when it comes to the guards, because, like, note I say try to be, not succeed at being. But, like, I do know that some people go, like, end up kind of coerced financially into going into, like, the police force, or like armed forces. So I try not to just assume that everyone that I run into who has a uniform on is automatically bad. Several of them make it very difficult and very much so prove me wrong repeatedly, but I try to give them the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. It's very, very hard a lot of the time, though. Also, that really kind of only applies to just, well, thought I heard a song. That's fine. That only applies to Dishonored guards, though. In general, ACAB. But, because these aren't... I don't... Because, as far as I'm aware, there isn't a strong difference between the cops and the military in Dishonored.
A full day's work. Oh, that's a laugh. How would she know what a full day's work looks like?
Hey, that's recycled from the last game. So I'm trying to get them a little bit of slack.
Huh? What?
Oh, you're just scared. That's fine. I'm gonna go the way I came in, because this way I don't have to worry about the dogs.
Call the Grand Guard! I need assistance! Someone's been attacked! A body! Here?
You're really cute, dude. You're not running away, you're running towards me, actually.
Help me! Someone!
Do people get coerced into, like, joining the cops financially, IRL? Oh, shit! Hi! Can I eat these? I can't eat these.
I've been fighting.
Hi! You're pretty. I can't believe that worked. Hi! That was gruesome. I apologize. I did not realize that was going to be that nasty. Yeet. Oh, well, I didn't mean to play Plinko, but that's fine. I'm curious. No, no, no! Like, where even are you, Mike? Oh, you're the person who tried to run away from me and failed so badly you ran after me. I mean, it's entertaining if nothing else, my dude. Okay, is this where, like, I maybe get some answers as far as, like, where, like, why stuff happened? Maybe? Just maybe? Yeah. I was trying to be stealthy till I had made one mistake and just all of them saw me, so that's fine. Bone charms, all. Coins, more or less all. Less than like, I missed less than 100. Paintings, all. Contracts. Burn the White Hound, an eyeless hag. Yeah, okay, we've read that. Well, actually, I don't think I actually read them out loud. Burn the White Hound, an eyeless hag stole my poor Milky. He's white as a whalebone, but riddled with disease. It breaks my old heart to ask this of you, but if you find my Milky, please put him out of his misery and burn his remains. Save him from this cursed eyeless, and save Karnaka from another plague. Industrial espionage. Those thugs at the Albarca make potions and bone charms upstairs. Their liquor is vile, but it sells for good coin, and we're losing punchers to them by the day. Bring us the core recipe before our brewery goes out of business, and make sure to destroy their stock while you're at it. Special actions. Burned Milky. Business rivals. Cremated the White Wolf at the Albarca Baths. Business rivals. Sabotage the workshop at the Albarca Baths. Hit the jackpot. Rob the safe belonging to the bookmaker at the Albarca Baths. Continue. Follow the ink. Dowd is determined to kill the outsider himself, and he needs your help to do so. Well, Dowd can go fuck himself.
When I first caught sight of Dowd, I was just a broken kid, staying alive out of spite.
That's a good reason to stay alive, to be fair.
Cut the throats of 3 men without making a sound, leaving only blood and death in his wake. I don't know what I was hoping
pretty
for
cool, I
when
will
I
admit.
followed him that night, but he shared his strange magic with me, and more than that, his skill, his time, his trust, and sometimes his secrets. Now he's not the man he was. Here in his final days, he's got wounds that won't ever heal and regrets as sharp as mine. I know how much that carves you up inside, but I found him, and he wants me to help him make up for a lifetime of sins.
Yeah, that's not quite
by
how this
killing
works.
a god. The Abbey teaches us that the outsider preys on weakness.
Which is bullshit.
That the void is the source of doubt, heresy and suffering.
Also bullshit.
That the outsider is to blame for all our ills.
The most bullshit.
Who knows? Maybe they're right.
Nope. The Abbey are full of shit.
Dream. My arm hacked away. My eye hollow and burning. It still aches. Let's hope it's not some kind of omen.
Let me tell you something about the void, Billy Lark. It touches the minds of the dreaming and the dying alike.
Hello.
And sometimes, dreams can only tell you what you wanted to forget.
I know who you are. Why are you here? What do you want from me?
People usually want something from
What
me.
in the void?
But you don't want my mark, do you, Billy? So I will return something you lost.
Wait, what are you? Ah!
Oh. Did I just skip this
The world
cutscene or
is
something?
around you, and you carry the scars. You will never be the same. I wonder if you'll like them.
What did he do to me? Of course he shows up now. Shit! Shit! He took my arm! And my face! Is it because of the dreams? Or doubt?
Interesting. Okay. Restless night. I thought I'd sleep easy knowing doubt was safe. I don't know why I'm still so foolish. I can't catch a break for a moment, not even when I sleep. I should know that by now. This one was sharper than the rest. I could feel the blade bite into my skin when the damn guard got me. My right eye felt hollow, an empty hole in my head that I couldn't shut, and my right arm ended in a piece of broken bone. I felt it so deep this time I woke up shaking. It took me a while to catch my breath. I've been having these dreams since I had Emily on the ship. Is this some kind of curse since I confessed to her? It would serve me right, I guess. But for how long will this go on, and what other dreams may come? I could hear Dowd groaning in his sleep in the other room, saying my name. Maybe we were both dreaming our own penance. I'm very curious, like, did she just not, like, was her arm just, like, I want to say, like, an advanced version of, like, I suppose you'd say, like, phantom limb syndrome, but just to the extreme? I don't know. I've obviously not had that problem before. So I don't know. I'm very curious about that whole situation. So, okay. So, as far as her powers go, she has only 3 of them. Well, she has 4, but you can't equip the fourth. I'll go ahead and put semblance on 6 because it'll feel weird to put anything on 5. So, okay, so there's 3. The first is displace, and it's fun. Oh, hold that thought. Demonstration will be starting shortly.
What happened to you? The outsider did this. What did he say?
I've had bad dreams for a while now, and he was never there. But I feel good. Strong. Like all those years ago when we ran together. He didn't offer me his mark. Just said some cryptic shit. And left me with this.
I never knew what the black-eyed bastard wanted. Be careful.
I'm so curious and confused.
You won't know until it's already been paid.
Cause like...
I didn't have much choice.
Neither do I. My connection to the void is fading. We've got to act soon. Before it takes me forever.
You found a way to do it. To kill the outsider.
Sooner the better, Dowd.
How?
I spent years looking for an answer.
I don't care.
I searched the Isles. Tracked down a dozen crazy cults.
Wait, wasn't that just something different?
They've got a relic. The knife that made the outsider. Thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
It's here. In Karnaca.
A knife. So you want me to steal it?
Soon. First, we need to find out who leads the Isles, and where they keep that knife. They're powerful people, wealthy or noble or both. I don't know their names, but they all have an esoteric tattoo that sets them apart. Those low-ranking thugs at the boxing club
magnetic paper
talk about
again.
Getting inked in the Red Camellia in the Upper Syria district.
I'll go there and see what I can find. Try to rest out.
I couldn't do this on my own anymore, Billy. Thank you.
I really don't like Dowd. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love the series. Sure, he's...
All our lives, the Abbey of the Everyman tells us to hate him.
Well, they're wrong.
They're right.
Shut the
So
fuck
are
up,
we
Dowd.
working for the Abbey now?
They'd kill us as soon as him if they had the chance. No. The Abbey doesn't want our help. And we don't need it.
Can I use this on you? No. Damn. Okay, so I won't be able to test this, I don't think. Not without actually going into the mission. But Semblance is really fun. It lets me steal somebody's face temporarily, and then so long as I don't do something that would be out of character or out of place for that individual to do it, people will just act like I am them. It's like disguise self. Not like, you know, Ruby Semblance, but it's like disguise self from D&D. It's really cool, really useful. It is slightly downside because like you have to keep the mask equipped in your offhand, so you can't change powers and stuff. But like, so her other powers, they're interesting. So the first is her movement power, and it's called Displace, which it's honestly, I don't know, it's interesting, kind of odd, not, I don't know. There's a bone charm that makes it much better. But without that bone charm, you place a marker and then you teleport to it.
What has the outsider done to me?
Her second power is Foresight. And this one's really cool. This is one I like a lot.
This thing lets me see more than I should. Why give this to me?
You can essentially fly, and then you can also... Oh, oops, wrong button. But you can also place displacement markers. So let's see, I want to get up there. Hopefully this is within range. Place that, and Foresight, and then... Yoop. It's really nifty, I really like it. But like, I'm very confused. Because we saw Billy all of last game, and she, I'm presuming, had lost the eye because of the eye patch. And then like, she didn't have both of her arms. And this is clearly set after Dishonored 2. So I don't know why there's like this... I don't remember if maybe there's like a plot point that I just forgot, or if it's something that's going to be explained eventually. Oh, also, as far as like other usefulness, Foresight takes the place of Dark Vision. That's its other main purpose. Dark Vision and the Heart, because it also will mark things that that are important. The Lonely Rat Boy and Other Tales, Part 2. He had walked for hours, limping unsteadily, crossing the city as he avoided those who prowled the streets at night. He had found himself in an unknown part of Dunwall. His little rat nestled against his neck, one spot of warmth in the cold. A gentle sound beckoned him down an alleyway. He hesitated, then followed. The walls were slick with rainwater, and the sound glancing off its stones like an echoing throat. At the end of the path rose a twisted construction of wood and wire. A piece of carved and polished bone hummed within. The boy heard a voice like the voice of the waves. Cold and timeless, a shadow rose up, a radiant darkness that defied all sight. A young man who had wandered in lonely places, the outsider himself. When the flesh of the boy's left hand itched and smoldered, he did not look away. When the vision vanished, the outsider's mark remained. That night, the boy climbed to the highest of Dunwall's jagged roofs and looked over the city. The towers and gables undulated under his eyes like a grand and shifting ocean. He saw all the lives that teemed beneath and was not afraid. Massacre at the Albarca. A mysterious massacre at the Albarca Baths of the Grand Guard baffled. A long-planned raid on the Eyeless Gang fighting ring went wrong and turned into a horrific murder scene instead. I saw bodies scattered all about the place, gutted like eels and swimming in blood. Never seen naught like it afore, said an anonymous eyewitness confirmed to the Gazette. Captain Edward Lejano confirmed that no guards or gang members survived the shocking bloodbath. He refused to speculate about the killer's identity or motive, but urged witnesses to step forward with any information. Syria District remains on high alert as guards search for the person responsible for this appalling slaughter.
The eyeless were blamed for what Dowd did. Just as well, I guess.
I forget, is there anything? Can I see anything back there? No? Okay. I know that painting thing, I'll get to that in a second. Travel log. At last. He's here on my ship, sleeping on Anton's old cot. How long had he been down there at the pit, at the Albarca baths? Pardon me. Taunted like a hound until some fool thought they could take him on. They didn't even know who he was. The eyeless called him the Black Magic Brute. There were more frightening names for him in Dunwall. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. I didn't know how he'd feel about me after what I did to him years ago. But it's like I never left. We're right back in the middle of it, digging into some foul cult, chasing down some mad grudge. But he's older now. Weaker. I need your help, he said, like I'd never refuse. Well, I didn't, did I? The Outsider. Mothers tell tales about the Outsider to children in cradles, filling their nights with fear so they'll behave. For the Abbey, those stories never stop. Every sermon, every stricture, every damn piece of their litany is about the dangers of letting the Outsider into your head. And now Dowd wants us to kill him. No more stories, no more warnings, no more terrible people fighting over promises from the void. I don't know how Dowd got marked by the Outsider. I don't know what he had to do or what he was like before he had his magic. But I remember the kind of man I made him, and what he did with that power. So maybe he's right. No! I could not disagree more. Because as far as we're aware... Oh, wait, we can read these things? Okay, I'll read those in a second. But, like, as far as we are aware, there is nothing inherently corruptive about the Outsider's influence. People just are people, I suppose, and misbehave, like, just do things because people are terrible, and they're like, oh, I have power, well, I'm gonna abuse it now. It's not the Outsider's fault that people are like that. I mean, sure, like, some might make the argument that it's like giving someone a gun and telling them not to shoot, but, like, I don't know. Emily and Corvo don't use it to, you know, cause mass mayhem and chaos. They do it for helpful things, so I don't see why, like, in theirs, like, they're perfectly fine. So, I don't think it's right to blame the Outsider for people's actions. I don't know. It just, bugs me. Darn, I was hoping there was something about Deidre. Empress Emily Caldwin moves to heal fractured empire. Renovation projects in the Tower District are finally underway as the last funeral rites were performed for High Overseer Yulkul Han and the Brothers of the Faith who died in an attempt to retake Dunwall Tower from the now deposed usurper Delilah Copperspoon. The Abbey of the Everyman has spent the last several months consecrating and interring the remains of the fallen while also removing dangerous and heretical objects from the Imperial Palace. With representatives from the Isles beside her, Empress Emily Caldwin issued a statement yesterday morning urging unity in the wake of this great tragedy. The Empire's strength is in its diversity of thought and action. Working together, there is nothing we can't accomplish. We are pleased to reassert our partnership with the sovereign nations of Morley, Serkonos, and Tivia for our mutual peace and prosperity. Following these proceedings, several imperial proclamations have been issued with the aim to restore trading networks and communication across the Isles. Several large-scale public works have been announced, with architectural firms in Serkonos and Morley already competing for the commissions. Sokolov establishes studio in Tivia. Renowned natural philosopher and painter Antov Sokolov returns to Tivia this week after years of retirement in Karnaka. Sokolov, whose inventions and technological marvels are famed throughout the Isles, was greeted with a fanfare panoply due to a national hero. A parade in his honor culminated in a festival on Masterov Square in Dubokva, where Sokolov gave a brief speech announcing the establishment of his studio. When asked about his future plans, the inventor responded, "I've already done enough for several lifetimes." The inventor was overwhelmed by the infernal noise of the parade and left the celebration early. He gave no indication as to whether or not his studio will accept apprentices. Okay, let's go read Dowd's journal. Well, okay, let's read this first. Going east. Thanks for loaning us the skiff. We'll follow the coast east to slip past the port guard. Ruiz says the aristos are gasping for wind and caviar, so that's our cargo. We'll be back next week. I'll stow the boat at the waterlock in Upper Syria district like we talked about. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. I know a sturdy skiff's worth its weight in coin these days.
It's been a long time since those days.
Where did you find that? I haven't seen that face in years.
They sprung up everywhere a few months after I left Dunwall.
And you kept it all this time? I'd be more careful of nostalgia if I were you.
Well...
This was the tattoo on all the thugs from the boxing club.
Any input on that? No? Okay. We've already read this one list yesterday. Last mission, Void and Stars.
Those tattoos the eyeless get all come from the Red Camellia. I need to take a look at their client list.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard very few tales of, like, in other settings, where gods get blamed for their clerics or their paladins' shitty actions. So I don't see why people want to jump down the outsider's throat. Is, I think, my point of annoyance. Especially given that he, as we saw in the last game, he did not want to become this. He did not want to become a god. He did not want to be bound to the void. It was not a voluntary action. So, like, Dad's journal. She found me. I'm not surprised, only grateful. If anyone in the Isles could have found me, it was Lurk. She's just as capable as she was always. I remember when she was young, she wasn't the first street kid to join my gang, but she was the first to show real promise. I took her in and oversaw her training myself. She took to the life more quickly and more desperately than most. I watched her grow up, get stronger and faster. She was always trying to impress me. But each year she became a little bit more ruthless, a little colder. She liked wearing that mask. I turned her into what she was. Just like the outsider made me. When she betrayed me, I had no one to blame but myself. Now she's something else. I'm not sure what. I can't guess the kind of life she's led without me. Who's she hurt or who she's cared about. She knows that I forgave her a long time ago, but I wonder sometimes if she ever forgave me. I mean, do I know that? I don't think I know that. I don't think Billy knows that. Okay, so this really appeals to my heart.
That's not possible. My arm, my eye. It's just like the dreams.
It's like, they're called hollows, and they're like places in reality where like the void is kind of leaking, and like you can kind of see various timelines and stuff. It's interesting.
She can see it all. The void breaking and spreading through all the cracks. Like seawater sinking in ship.
That it? But yeah, like, I don't still very unclear, the whole, like... Still very unclear on the whole... Arm? Sudden arm? No? No sudden arm? Had arm? Alright, I can also, like, mark things in this mode. And... I mentioned to replace the heart, by which I mean, it will, it'll show bone charms and runes and stuff. Maybe just bone charms? I forget if runes don't exist. It'll show bone charms through walls. Also, because, this is an interesting little detail I hadn't noticed before, but, you know, they mentioned the Addermeyer solution is no longer a thing that's being consumed or suggested for consumption, which is, you know, it kind of works out because the black shard arm constantly regenerates the mana, so, you know, we don't have to worry about that so much. But, you know, it still does, you know, it's not an instantly refilled thing, and foresight can be really draining, and you take all of it if you're going scouting for extensive bits of time. But, you know, it's still very nifty. I like it a lot. I really like how things have... Oh. Well, it's not what I was trying to do, but that's okay. And I guess, well, there still might be a little bit of vertical unwiseness. It's just... It's not really like the instantaneous like teleport thing like Far Reach or Blink is, and so it's a bit harder to be like, I don't know, be an idiot with. But for now, let's oops, wrong one. Let's just get up here. Get a nice little view before we go. Fun fact, you can also get all the way up here without powers. I know this because I did this to get the screenshot for this thumbnail before I actually played the episode. Ooh, what's over there? Oh, the Dust District. That's cool. It's also really interesting just thinking that, you know, some parts of this we technically overlooked in the first game, or the second game, whenever we were, like, in the harbor and, like, looking around places. We probably saw this little area. Probably. So. Ah, it's very, very pretty. I like it a lot. Even the little graphic glitches that are happening over there. But, for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I am really excited. I am a little sad that this will be shorter just because I always want more Dishonored content constantly. I love Dishonored so much. It's amazing. But, what can you do? For now, thank you. And please, don't forget to be kind to yourselves and one another. And for now, it is time for some very important things. Infinite thanks to my Voidizians over on Ko-fi, Darius, and Sarah Senpai. If you'd like to see your name on the screen, or gain access to other wonderful boons, such as choosing what games I play, Discord access, the chance to sell me your immortal soul, and much, much more, check out my Ko-fi link in the description. And as always, don't forget to hydrate, masticate, and medicate.